today. The last 4 points, the last 4 power moves for you to make if you want to get to your next level in the next 6 to 12 months, right? We had, how many have we already done? We've already done 6. If you have been following this for the past 3 weeks, could you put down the 6 previous power moves for the benefit of anybody who just showed up today? Is like, oh my goodness, high level energy. Who is she? Don't you mind about who I am? Today is about you and the power moves you need to make to get to where you want to go. So if you've been here for the past 3 weeks, please write down power move 1 to 6 for the benefit of those that haven't been here. Put that in the chat. If you are on my mailing list, well, you get those served to you, plus tools, plus explanations, plus videos every single Friday. I truly cater to the amazing men and women leaders that are on that mail list. And I will put that on the comments as well if you would like to join us. So, power move number 7. If you said that's it, I am prepping, I am ready, I am going for my next level. In the next 6 to 12 months, world, watch out. I'm coming after everything that's meant to be mine. Power move number 7 is master your pitch. Because 1 to 6 was all about how you prepare. You're hiring a coach, you're preparing your professional documents, you're making sure your online profile really looks like who you say you are. You're making sure that you are, looking to enlist a sponsor, somebody who would use their leverage, their social and their professional capital to put in a good word for you, saying, I vouch for this person. Assess someone on merit, absolutely. But if you're asking me, who would I propose for this raise? Who would I propose for this promotion? Who would I propose for this tender and this opportunity? I know just the person for you. I know just the business leader. I know just the career leader. Enlist a sponsor was one of the power moves that I spoke to you about. I also spoke about upgrading your network. I have a tool just for you. Do you know what? I just have so many free resources. I wonder when I speak, if people are like, is she for real? Like she's giving away all this stuff for free? I do. There are 2 sites, 2 places for you to go to get absolutely everything for free. Lean in, lean in, lean in. 2 places for you to go to get things for free. Number 1, go to Modesta Mahiga YouTube channel. From 2016 to date, I have been sharing a lot of insights, strategies, tools, tips for you to truly distinguish yourself, set yourself apart at your job, in your business, in your industry, in your country. Come on, somebody, in this world. I am speaking to global leaders that are ready to grow and have impact. And absolutely every area from mindset to skill set, to attitude, to tips on productivity, on leveraging your support system. I have all of that on Modesta Mahiga YouTube channel. So I recommend, somebody's like, what's the YouTube channel? Let me type it for you. It is my name, Modesta. If I can spell my own name, that would be nice. Mahiga. If things are moving, that's because I'm moving my phone. YouTube channel. Somebody just yesterday, Ben Alden, thank you so much for that. Yesterday, he was watching one of the videos. He says, Modesta, like, I cannot wait till this thing blows up and you just totally go global. I mean, the things that you have in here, they're absolute gems. And I'm not saying that because I'm Modesta. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm saying that because it truly is of great value. So if you're not ready to work with me, you're not interested in investing, that's fine. Invest in yourself. Get those free videos. Many of them have links to tools that you can apply today to upgrade yourself to the next level. We also spoke about, apart from upgrading your network, but as I'm trying to remember what was number 6. It's then positioning to speak, right? Like you go out and you start soliciting people. All this preparation, at some point you need to start talking to people, right? Many of us do the background preparation, even the background work. Like we really deliver at work. At work, we are the go-to person. At work, we excel. At work, we deliver before time. But we never actually say we're interested in the next level. So sometimes we wonder, why are opportunities passing me by? I work the hardest. I deliver the fastest. I go in and even help out other people. What's the deal? Why am I being left out? Well, you're not even articulating that you're interested. Did you know that you actually have to tell people that you are interested in an opportunity for them to consider you for it? Go figure. You probably thought, well, if my work speaks for itself, surely they will recognize, no, I thought the same thing. My work speaks for itself, thank you very much. It's spoken for itself for the past 20 years. But I don't always get caught up. I don't always get called up for opportunities unless I put my hand up, I'm like, hey, I'm here, I'm interested, hook me up. So this is what we were talking about. From then to now, it is so key for you to prepare for that next level opportunity. But now this is it. This is your moment. You're now going to step in it. You're not going to listen to, imposter syndrome. Who are you? What do you mean, who am I? Step 1 to 6, I've been preparing. I have prepared myself. I got a coach who's helping me through. I have a sponsor who knows my work and who knows how well I can deliver, knows that I have the character, the competence, the connection to be able to do something like this. I have put my documents together. My online profile speaks to the future, the next level opportunity that I'm open to. I have prepared what I'm going to say to somebody so that the network knows there is somebody called so-and-so who is the go-to trusted solution provider. They know I exist. I let them know I exist, and I let them know what I am open to. Imposter syndrome has nothing on you. You have done the work. You have prepared. It's now time to walk into it. You are going to say specifically what you want. You're going to say specifically how much you want. You're going to say exactly what value you will add. Do not mince your words. Do not hold back. Nobody's going to speak for you if you're not going to speak for yourself. You're going to make sure that whatever it is that you are going to try to move into as your next level is going to be profitable, not just for those you're about to serve, but for you too, because nobody wants a resentful person working, doing things, benefiting others, and then they're resentful and complaining on the side. So that is for you to do. It is not for your employer to negotiate in your favor. They're negotiating for the company's favor. That is not selfish. That is not malicious. That's business. It is not for your business partner to make sure that they're really coming up with terms that are favorable to you. They're looking out for number one. It is not for anyone except God and your mother to look out for your best interests. So if you want to look out for your best interests, guess what? You will have to know them and articulate them, which brings me to today. Number 7 power move to make if you want to move into your next level in the next 6 to 12 months is master your pitch. At some point, you're going to have to pitch. At some point, you're going to have to speak and bring in your bid for that job, for that contract, for that funding. At some point, after all is done, after all the preparation, you're going to have to show up and you're going to have to pitch. So people are like, Modesta, you didn't say, yeah, well, what do you think? How do you think you're going to get to your next level if you're not pitching? You will have to pitch. You'll have to get out of your skin, get out of your comfort zone, show up, dress up, and speak up for yourself unapologetically, being very clear and concise and compelling about the value add you bring and what you expect in return. So this is how you pitch. First thing that you do before you come in, and people are like, you're teaching us how to pitch. Listen, if you want to know how to make a killer elevator pitch, how to communicate, etc., you can get all those videos on Modesta Mahiga YouTube channel, all right? Today, I'm going to tell you about preparing to then be able to pitch, right? You want to master that pitch. And the way you do it is you do your research. You need to know, who am I about to approach? Who am I pitching to? What is of interest to them? What are they interested in hearing? What details of what value I bring is of interest to them? They would most likely be interested to know that you can hit the ground running, that you can save them money, that you can you can enhance their reputation, that you can increase their revenues. They want to know that you will add value that everybody else around them at the moment cannot. And that is for you to articulate. It is for you also to know what is your agenda. What is your interest? You don't show, listen. I pray this comes through. Even if it is you positioning, you pitching for your next level, it doesn't mean that you're the lesser person coming to a bigger person, a big organization, and you are a little worm asking for their favor. No, you are not. This is business. Even if you come as one, you come as a mighty one. Do you hear me? You're not coming in apologetically. Like, I'll take whatever position on whatever terms, and I just want to prove myself. I'm just so grateful to be here. And then you're resentful, and then you're out there on Facebook, and then you're out there, cleaning up your CV with Modesta, looking for your next opportunity. Always remember that you are equal, that you're sitting at that negotiation table with great value to add. This is why we've been prepping these 10 power moves, right? For you to see that you have great value to add and that you are somebody that they need. Your knowledge, your skills, your experience, your attitude, the way that you show up and you command the room, the way that you show up and you can turn things around. There is something about you that they need. Keep that in your mind. I am of great value to them. And in exchange for my experience, my expertise, my knowledge, my skills, everything that I have overcome and have been able to turn around, they're going to compensate me. They're going to give me these perks. It is a fair exchange because listen, you can never get back the time that you invest doing something with somebody else. So they're getting your time. They're getting the better. I show up with 20 years experience. When you give me an interest, so for instance, if I put on my hat and you give me a challenge, you get Modesta, the lawyer thinking. You get Modesta, the executive coach thinking. You get Modesta, the leader, the senior management, the board leader speaking. You get Modesta, the person that has sat on grant making funds speaking. You get Modesta, the certified project management and the certified change management professional speaking. You get Modesta, the human resource professional speaking. You get Modesta, the beaten upside the head, survivor, resilient person speaking. You get the benefit of absolutely everything I've ever been through in training and the hard knocks of life, looking at that issue for you. When I come up with a solution, you cannot quantify that solution. That solution did not come from my degree, nor from the fact that I'm an advocate of the High Court of Tanzania. That solution does not come from my executive coaching certification, nor does it come from the tools that I make. That comes from the totality of everything I have ever experienced in life. So I'm looking at your challenge and the benefit of the Holy Spirit. Come on, somebody. And I get a solution. You cannot say, well, I just see that you have a bachelor's degree and you have this many years experience. You're getting absolutely everything that makes me me because I'm fully invested in getting you results like I'm getting them for myself. You're not coming in as a lesser party. There is no inequality of power unless you see it that way. Nobody can treat you a victim, make you a victim without your own consent. So you're showing up powerfully. You're preparing, okay, I'm out here, I'm applying for funding. What is of interest to them to know? I'd like them to come in and partner. I'd like them to fund this initiative. What is of interest to them? Who are they? What's their profile? Whether it's individuals or the organization. So you start profiling it. You're writing down as much as you can about them. All right, you've got them back. That's who they are generally. Then you're going into research about them specifically. About the organization, about the individuals. Oh yes, you do research about the individuals in the organization, individuals in the panel. You're doing your research. What would be of interest to them? What would make them invest in this venture? What would make them want to take me of all these other candidates that I know are here? I recently prepared a C-suite executive for a position that he was applying for. And you know what? He was reluctant to talk about everything that he did great in his role because his colleague was also applying for that position. And if he mentioned all the great things he did in his role, she would look bad. Let me recap that. I recently helped a client, a C-suite executive, that was applying for a position in another company. This client was reluctant to talk about all the amazing things he did at this interview, because if he spoke about all the amazing things he did, another colleague of his from the organization he currently is, who is also applying, he happens to know, would look bad, because it means he did that person's work. And I just stopped and I said, all right, so let me know. Am I helping you get this position? Do you want it? Do you not? I'm confused. So you're going to downplay your current profile and your current value add where you are at an interview because somebody else you know is interviewing. And if you show up in all your greatness, that's going to make them look bad. Are you interviewing together? Are you tag teaming? What is this? This is about you and where you're going. You're not lying. You're not mentioning names. You're just talking about all that you have done. Speak about all you have done, because you best believe that person is speaking about all that they have done. So we need to get off of this thing. Get off thinking that we are less than. And so, I come humbly. Of course you get nervous. Of course you got to impress. I mean, guys, I get nervous coming to you, and I come to you almost weekly, right? I dress up, I do my makeup, not the best makeup, but you know what? I do my makeup, I'm like, I want to impress you. Of course I want to impress you, but I'm not coming humbly, I don't know, the people show up on Instagram, what they'll think. I'm going to give my best shot. I believe I have something of value to add to you. I believe you have something of value to add to me. I'm going to show up like we're in partnership. And I'm going to show up like it's an equal partnership. So you are equal to whatever it is that you're applying for. Second thing is, please shine. Please articulate the value you bring. Please show all the, especially quantifiable, the things you're being able to save, enhance, generate, everything that you've done. The more you can come up with figures, even if it's percentage differences, even if it's ratios, without being very specific with numbers, it's going to make a whole lot of a difference. And then you need to know what it is that you want. Articulate what it is you want. And then pitch yourself. Find out how it is. Maybe some interviews have a format. Some people say bring a video. Some people say it's going to be a panel. So of course you prepare for whatever it is, if it is scripted and there are modalities you need to follow. But if not, think of the most innovative, creative way. Don't get weird. Do not get weird. Some people can't stomach that. Some people can, some organizations, some individuals can't, right? But get as creative, get as confident, do the best that you can to wow this, to clinch this pitch. Don't get arrogant. Just because you're experienced, just because you're on top of your game, just because you come as an equal, doesn't mean that you don't try to impress. Doesn't mean that you don't give your all. Doesn't mean that you're not being assessed and they may say no to you, because they may, okay? But have a healthy estimation of yourself. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. Humility is not putting yourself down, it's saying, I'm confident in who I am and the value that I bring. But it's also a privilege for me to get the opportunity to work with somebody like you, with an organization like this. Having said that, let's see how this will work. Let me present the best that I can of what I have for you. And I'd love to hear what you think, if this could actually work. And you, if you have prepared, you can leave completely at peace, whatever the outcome, that I gave all of me to that thing. But don't be in a place where you think you're less, and so you're talking as if you're less than. They will pick that up. They will pick that up and they'll start treating you like you're less than. And don't omit certain things, not saying certain things because, they might think I'm arrogant, they might think I'm too much. Hey man, they might as well think you're too much and think you're too little. Give them all you got, and then the decision is on them. You'll be at peace. So you're going to do your research when you're pitching. People are like, hey, Modesta, you're passionate today. I am, because a lot of people are competent. A lot of people have prepared. A lot of people can do things, but they kind of wait. Somebody will recognize me. And no, this is not how we get opportunities. This is not how we get opportunities. I saw a quote yesterday. Ooh, really challenged me. It says opportunities are not lost. They're just taken by somebody else. So if you have been on these 3 weeks of power moves to make to position for your next level, clearly you want to get these opportunities. I mean, clearly you're serious that in the next 6 to 12 months, I need to move to my next level, which means you're not going to lose this opportunity. You're not going to lose opportunities to somebody else. You're going to clinch this. You're going to do your research. What do they need? What is of interest to them? What do I need? What is of interest to me? How can I have these two married? Now, you don't always have to talk about what it is you want unless you're pitching to investors and you're saying, this is how much I can give. This is how much I need, if it's one of those. But if, for instance, you're pitching, thank you for the hearts, thank you for the love. If you're pitching, really for a job, for instance, you don't have to say, I want this and I want that. No, you're just talking to them about the value. This is who I am. This is what I've done before. This is what I do now. This is what I can do for you, right? And then, of course, when it comes to talking about compensation, all the rest of that, you let them know. You can also ask about the culture, the environment, how things are. You are allowed, please give yourself permission to find out whether not just you will be a fit for them because you're pitching to them, but whether they'll be a fit for you. Some people are paid very well working in environments that are completely toxic. They wish they were not bound to that place. Okay, but they're like, I got school fees to pay. This is why I stay here. So remember, it is mutual. Do your research, prepare, and then develop your pitch. Remember, all of this preparation, this is you going online, you talking to people, you reading the annual reports. This is the background research you're doing. The move you were talking about is mastering your pitch. We're not even pitching yet. Do you guys see the level of investment that you put into showing up and showing out and getting to your next level? Serious investment. You don't just wake up, talk nice, be charismatic, show up, and get to the next level. There is serious investment. If you see anybody who keeps on making steady progress year in, year out, that is not by chance. They are deliberate. They are intentional. They're intense even about investing in themselves and investing in networks and relationships and investing to upgrade their profile so that when opportunities show up, they can show up and show out. So when we're talking about mastering your pitch, I'm not even talking about you pitching it. I'm talking about you doing the background research so that you know what to prepare in your pitch. So now you start preparing. You've done all the research. You get a picture. You start preparing. Prepare your mind, first of all. This is why I talked about mindset. You are not less than. You're not, let's see, I'm trying my luck. Please don't try your luck. I mean, you're not ready for the next level if you're out here trying your luck. Let me try. Let me see. If I don't get it, at least I learn. Even if you think this thing is above you, don't go in with the mindset, let me just try. No. Go with your mindset like, this is it. This is it. This is my one chance. I'm going to give it my all. I am going to clinch this thing. If you don't, you know that you gave your all. You're going to ask for feedback from other people like, what was missing in that thing? Because that was all of me and then some. What was missing there? So I can prepare better next time. So prepare your mind. You are an equal partner. They want something from you. They definitely want something from you. And they want to get something in return. And you need to know both. Prepare your mind in that I'm not trying. This is it. I'm going in and I'm going to clinch this. Prepare your presentation. Whether they have specific modalities and formats that they want you to present in, or really it's free for you. Prepare your presentation. I would say get creative, but just don't get weird because some people can't handle everything. Like, some people would love for you to do a video about something. Other people would like, be serious. I expected to have a 10,000 page presentation. Okay, I kind of hope nobody wants anybody's 10,000 page dissertation, Lord. But, right, prepare. This is still background, people. You haven't even shown up yet. Then present it to trusted advisors, people who have the competencies, people who have the understanding. You see, not everybody you trust has the competencies, and not everybody has competencies is necessarily somebody you can trust. So you want to make sure you can marry those two, right? That somebody that has the character, somebody that has the competence, somebody that has a connection and the networks and has the experience of these things that you are preparing for your next level. Present to them first. Present to more than one person if they're available. and ask them for their honest feedback. And don't just take general feedback, because I know, especially in my culture, people feel uncomfortable giving each other feedback, and then people ask for feedback and then they take offense when they get the feedback. It's a whole lot of immaturity. So be very specific. So what specifically could I improve? When you say that, what specifically could I do differently? Which words then would you recommend, if not these words? Improve your pitch. And then practice, practice, practice. Now, the video that I have on Modesta Mahiga on making a killer elevator pitch, if you're on my, I'm going to have to put this down. If you're on my leadership success email list, every Friday I send out emails. Yesterday, I actually shared a link to this video. You will hear me talk about practicing. Even another video which talks about how to overcome procrastination. You'll hear me talk a lot about practicing. There's a video I'm about to release about confidence. You'll hear me talk a lot about practicing. I shared a video about overcoming fear. A lot in there about practicing. There is a direct correlation between practicing a lot and feeling confident and being able to deliver at a high level of competence. There's a direct correlation between the preparation you make, then the practice of what you prepared, with your confidence when you show up to make that pitch, and the results that you'll get once you do that. So practicing the background stuff. I mean, this is why we love the GOATs of this world, right? The greatest of all time. They're amazing. They show up the one time. Like sometimes we watch boxing and you're like, dude, I barely just sat down to watch this thing and the thing is over. But they practice and practice and practice so they can pack a punch like that. We watch, usually it's athletes. They practice, they show up. We watch speakers. And I'm like, my goodness, these guys are just naturally, but nobody's just naturally born in something. Even people who have the skills and the talents and the gifts, they still have to practice. So practice your pitch. Practice, pretend that you're around them. Pretend that you're in that place. If you can even get yourself in that room, get yourself in that room. Start speaking. If you know who you're speaking to, call them out by name. Speak to them by name. Look at this person, or ask a couple of friends. Look at this person, look at the other. Practice your pitch, because you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a life. You get this one time. In the email I put out yesterday, I said you have 7 seconds to make a first impression, whether good or bad. 7 seconds. 7 seconds. You just show up. I mean, something you could be adjusting your clothes, adjusting your hair on the phone. 7 seconds. That's all we got. 7 seconds, and people already scan you. They're like, okay, non-starter. People can just close off and be biased. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So you're going to practice and practice and practice so that when you show up, you own that room. You own your pitch. You own that space. Even if you make a mistake, you own that mistake. I remember once presenting. I don't remember that event, but it had a lot of people. Maybe it was a university event. I'm trying to remember, but it had a lot of people. And I was presenting something, and somebody, there's always somebody. God has so many amazing people on the planet. Hey, so somebody goes, so they start telling me a theory about what I was saying, or something, very academic, very intellectual. Not that I have anything against intellectuals. I aspire to be one myself. But they start correcting me. Imagine me, speaker, invited. This person starts correcting me. Guys, do you think I was like, oh my goodness, what? I had prepared and I had practiced what I was coming to present. And as long as I stood before them, I was the expert and I was the person who had that room at that time. So what I did was I said, oh my goodness, I didn't know that. That's amazing. Where did you say that is from? I took my notebook and pen. I wrote down what they said, was another theory that I may not have been open to, or whatever it was. I said, I love that. I'm going to look that up as soon as I'm done here. Thank you so much. That was valuable. And I continued with my spiel. because you only get one shot. And you need to own it. And what I'm talking about here, the reason why I'm not even talking about you pitching yet, is this preparation is what will determine how you show up and will determine how you perform. We get so caught up in performing that we undermine the preparation. But it is a preparation that determines how well you will perform and how confident you will feel when you show up. So practice. And then get organized, right? Around the day. Whether that means you're sleeping, you're waking up early, you're sleeping early, waking up early, you've got all your clothes, you've got everything done, you've asked somebody, is this appropriate? Should I show up like this? You have asked and you are informed about what would be appropriate for the occasion. You show up early, you are well hydrated, important. You show up with everything ready. You're checking, where you're going to plug in everything. Make sure you brought all your equipment. If you can get a last practice run before your time, do that. But part of you also feeling confident is not just a preparation of your content and your delivery. It's how well you're organized when you show up. So you show up early. You show up with everything you need. And then when they call out your name, you say, look, I have prepared for this next level. I hired a coach and they've helped me overcome the challenges in behavior, in mindsets, in productivity, the way I did things. I prepared my documents, which is why I've even been shortlisted for this opportunity. They know I have what it takes. I know I have what it takes. I have positioned myself as an expert. I better back it up with what I'm going to say today. I've enlisted sponsors. They use their social and professional leverage, their credit, their profile on my behalf. I'm not going to let them down. I've upgraded my network. I am in this room because of who I've been able to access and the doors that have opened up to me. I have sat down, presented, I have prepared, I've done everything a human being can possibly do. When they call my name, I am going to unleash everything I come with. I will leave nothing unsaid. I will leave no stone unturned. I'm going to give it my best shot, and whatever the outcome, although I'm expecting to win, I know that I came in with all the arsenal I could bring. Then we go to power move number 8. That was just a power move to master your pitch. Mastering your pitch means you're preparing for it. You're still just preparing for it. Power move number 8 is dress, speak, act, and show up like your next level. There's a power to that. There's a whole secret and power to looking like. Listen, do you know what I was dressed like before taking the girls swimming? I was in black tracksuit pants and a black long thigh-high t-shirt, and I was wearing a gray hoodie, no makeup, my hair, I don't even know how my hair was. I was just mommy taking kids swimming, okay? I can't tell you how many minutes I quickly got ready, which is why you're still seeing like some of the chaos behind me. How many minutes I got ready to dress appropriately, to put makeup on, to hold my hair back, to put these glasses, which I even put during the live, put this lipstick on, to show up like the power move, like the next level I'm talking about. Why am I doing this? You're familiar with me. I show up almost every week. I post my family pictures. I'm not always looking the best that I can. Because if I'm talking to you about the power moves you can make for your next level, I need to look like a next level person. I need to look like I'm making an effort. Okay, fine. You're seeing my domestic situation. But you need to be convinced that this person who's speaking to me is who she says she is. If I speak to you and I say, you know what, I'm a global executive coach, a consultant, keynote speaker, I am an author, and I'm just showing up any which way, you're gonna be like, yeah. And then somebody shows up and they look it, they don't even have to say much. And you're going to be like, yep, I'm going with that person. If it's my next level, that will be my person. If I'm looking for an auntie to hang out with, I'll hit you up, girl. But, right? So you're going to do the same thing. And I have a video, and I've shared this recently. It's that personal branding video. I know I put that on Instagram, but it's on Modesta Mahiga YouTube channel as well. It really talks about how you can own who you are. Not just the fact that you've prepared your pitch, not just the fact that you're organized and you know where the cables are and you know how to work your clicker. No. How you can show up. Listen, practice this. Dress like how you want to be identified. Hold yourself like how you want to be identified. Walk, sit, talk, learn etiquette, even dining etiquette, like how you want to be identified at that next level. And then walk into a room at times, stand and be quiet. Somebody will come up to you and say, hey, who are you? What do you do? I cannot tell you the number of times, and listen, I'm not trying to show off here, guys. Guys, by the grace of God, I've told you, I started this live saying this. I don't know how God did it, but I've had crazy, global, high-level, exclusive experience on this earth. By the grace of God. I cannot explain how none of my life really made me worth all of that. But how he did it, only he knows. So I'm not here to show off about me. I'm here to help you shine with yours. But there are times I will just show up in a context. I just show up and I walk in and people want to know who I am and what it is I do. I cannot explain to you of these 18 going to 20 years of professional consulting world that I've moved in, how I could speak a thing. Actually, the first contract I got, I didn't even have the credentials. I hadn't even registered a company. I didn't even have a business card. But I just showed up and I look like my next level. So people took me to be next level. People don't ask me for my CV. People don't ask me for my bio. People don't ask me about a website. People just believe, not just because I can speak and I'm articulate, the way I show up. I show up as a package. All the Modesta rough, not when I want to impress. Even when I go to the store, I need to look some kind of way. I may not have makeup and all the rest of that, but the way I walk, even if I'm just wearing tracksuit pants, you're like, she is somebody going somewhere in life. Do that for yourself. Don't walk any which way. Lift your feet. Walk with purpose, I tell my children. Look straight forward like a person who's going somewhere. Even if you're lost in a new city, walk like you're going somewhere, get to a corner and then, start looking at the map. But don't look like you're lost in life. Don't look like you just stumbled onto this world. Don't look like, oh my goodness, I don't know how God made it, but here I am and I'm trying to find myself. Act like you've been here. Act like you belong here. Act like you're going somewhere and you're going to get millions of others going along with you. When you believe that you are next level, other people believe you're next level. When you show up as the next level package, other people will receive that too. You can teach people how to treat you by the way you show up. The way you dress, the way you speak, the way you hold yourself, the way you relate with other people. They'll say you're somebody. I've had people calling me Dr. Mahiga. I'm like, I just have a bachelor's degree. I don't even have a master's degree. People like Dr. Mahiga. Where are they getting Dr. Mahiga from? In their minds, I surely should have a PhD by now. And they're right, I should have a PhD very soon. Not to belabor that point, that was power move number 8. Dress, speak, act, and show up like the next level. That you want to convince other people you belong. And on Modesta Mahiga, I have, I think, 21 videos, if not more, on personal branding and how you can distinguish yourself. So do not say you don't know what that looks like. And do not say you can't afford my services. I give that to you for free on Modesta Mahiga YouTube channel. Moving on. Power move number 9. Now this one is really interesting, so I need you to lean in. Practice next level competencies. It is one thing to get an opportunity and seize an opportunity to pitch who you are, what value add you can bring, what you want in return, all the rest of that. That is one scheduled appointment where you show up at an event and you're gonna wow. It is another to daily display the knowledge, skills, attitude, which is competencies of your next level. Now, many people get stuck here that, but Modesta, I'm not at my next level. How am I going to show that I'm at next level? You can do that because the fact that this thing you're aspiring for is next means it's the next rung up, right? Your next level is just next. This is like the ultimate level. This is your next level, which means you have the makings. You are standing just one rung before your next. You are one level before your next level, which means you have built up everything you need for next. That means you do already have the knowledge, the skills, the attitude that are the making of your next level, and you can improve on them. We spoke about this last week, and I have a tool for you on modestamahiga.com/tools. I have a tool for you that says upgrade your network. And it talks about you finding out what you need, the resources you need for your next level. Lean in, lean in, lean in. Listen to this. The resources you need for your next level, right? You're going to write down absolutely everything you need. And I was talking to you about finding out whether you can get them around your network, your current network. And if you can't, then you need to upgrade your network in that specific area for that specific resource. You can also find out in those resources the knowledge, the skills, the attitudes of the next level that you may not have. So like I say, you probably have 60 to 70% of your next level competencies already today, which is why I can confidently say you can get to your next level in the next 6 to 12 months. But there will be that 30 to 40% gap of knowledge, of skills, of attitude that you need to shine at your next level that you don't have at the moment. And you can find out, you're like, Modesta, how do I know my next level? Well, your next level is probably a position that you want to get promoted to or a position that you want to apply for elsewhere. Your next level is probably a certain level of growth for your business or a certain market you want to get into. Your next level may well be whatever it is that you're looking for. You know what your next level is. That's why we're already talking about you making power moves to get to your next level. So then find out what it takes. If your next level is a position, get the job description. Whether you have it for that organization or you can get a general one online. Get the job description. Get maybe 3 of a position similar to that which you want to apply for and look at the requirements. And then check out your profile against those requirements. And you'll see on average of those 3 what they're looking for. You'll see how well you compare to them. And whatever it is you don't have, you can upgrade it. You can increase knowledge in that area. You can increase the skills in that area, whether that's getting certification or starting to practice that thing, whether you're volunteering somewhere or you're getting a mentor in that area. Oh, God bless mentors and coaches, right? Somebody who's gone the path that can help you with it. This is how you can improve and start daily walking in your next level competencies today. Why is that important? Why, Modesta, should I start today practicing the next level competencies I need? Surely I only need them at my next level. Yeah, but who's going to open that next level door if you don't look like you can hit the ground running? If you don't already look like you have the knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes that you can show up and be effective, that you can show up and you can work well with us, that you can show up and you can actually deliver as soon as you arrive, who's going to want to take that chance on you? Very few people are sitting there putting people on trainee programs. Many times they will do your onboarding. You know, maybe there'll be a few certifications that you need to have. But on the whole, you got the job because they believe you can deliver at the job. And if to you, you're like, this is a stretch for me. This is a challenge. This is my next level goals. Then you can find out what your next level requires and you start preparing now. If it's for your business and you want to move to the next level and you're thinking, well, it's next level, right? I'm asking for this funding to get to the next level. I'm asking for this funding to get the capacity to get there. So how do I now show my business has that? You can now then start preparing your business, whether it is you're creating roles, you're able to train people who can then take on, those responsibilities when they come up, whether you have a pipeline or you're already creating, let's say, job descriptions for the people that will come in, or you're preparing the kind of contracts and agreements you have with your suppliers, with you're sourcing the markets for whatever it is that you would like to grow into. So when somebody is funding you, they're like, all right, so we see this. This is where you are now. You've actually written out a plan and you see your trajectory. If we invest this funding, this is how you've prepared your organization, you prepared your business. This is how you mean to enter the market. You are very realistic that year one you enter and this will be what you will face. This is a give and take you'll make in that year, and then you will incrementally grow until by year 5 you will be here. Clearly, you're very clear about what you already have in store, how you have already prepared, you've already built together so that you can handle, carry, have the capacity to be able to deal at the next level. So don't stay where you are waiting that somebody will take a chance and risk, give you that opportunity, then you will deliver. No, people don't work like that. Like, I'm just going to give a chance, kind of hope, sort of, that you will deliver. No, I need to see that you have the makings of what I need for you to deliver. And the way that you will show that is for you to find out, what does it take for me to operate at my next level? Now, I have this, I have that, I have this at a lesser extent, I have that. Oh, I'm doing well at that one. Okay. So for those where I feel like there are gaps, what can I do now to start positioning for my next level? So that when you're pitching to somebody, you're not just pitching potentially, if you invest in me out of the goodness of your heart. Ain't nobody investing in you out of the goodness of the heart. They're doing math. That if you invest, these will be the returns. This is the trajectory of where I'm going. This is where I am at right now. And this is what I can deliver to you within this period of time. That is practicing daily your next level competencies. You will have to find out what your next level will require and then come back to the present to ask yourself, so what can I do now to start preparing and start displaying that next level? It includes, it could be rebranding, it could be pitching differently, it could be moving to a different segment of the market, it could be re-strategizing your market. Whatever it is, show that now you're not waiting for the next level to show up. Right now, you have created capacity to be able to handle what is to come. Whether you're doing that as an individual or you're doing that as an organization, you're doing that for your business. Power move number 10. If you are to position for your next level in the next 6 to 12 months, is show up and show out when the opportunity presents itself, when you're called in for that interview, when somebody says, submit your expression of interest for this assignment, for this project, when somebody says, we are looking at several people to potentially go into this country because we want to stimulate cross-border cooperation. Would you be interested in this pilot project? We're looking at businesses that can operate at this capacity, that could partner within the whatever region, East Africa or wherever you are. You want to say, oh, you could not have come any sooner. You have come to the right person. You've come to the right business. You've come to the right partnership. Yes, I am the person you've been looking for. Because you had prepared. Because you have been practicing. Because you have networked. Because you built capacity, even if you're not there yet. But you have done as much as you can to prepare yourself and to position yourself like your next level. When that next level comes, you're going to say yes. You're going to say yes even if you feel shaky. You can say imposter syndrome, keep quiet. You're going to say yes even if other people are like, look, I know these kind of opportunities. They have their people and the words of it, and you're going to, naysayers, sit you down. You're going to say yes even if your own past mistakes and failures scream at you and say you are the same person you were before. This is how you deliver then. How dare you think you're going to say, sit yourself down. I have prepared for this. 6 to 12 months. I have sacrificed. I have done the work to transform myself. I have built the capacity. I've been networking. We've cut down on our business. It's become lean. We've streamlined operations. We've got systems in place. I am ready for my next level. My next level is now. I belong here. And then you go and you take absolutely everything that is available at that next level. Too many of us are brilliant at what we do. Too many of us are amazing deliverers when we're given work to do. Too many people have been giving of themselves and sacrificing for so long, kind of hoping somewhere, somehow, somebody will recognize us and invite them to the table. But if anything, life has taught us to date is that you don't get things handed to you on a silver platter. You don't get spoon-fed things. If life has taught anybody on this live that wants to be real with me, is that there are times that you may feel the least competent, but in this case, you've made these 10 power moves. There's no way you're not competent. You have prepared. There are times you may be overlooked like a nobody. That is their problem. Because when I show up, they will understand the value I bring and that I am a somebody. Everything you have done from power move number 1 to power move number 9 was to prepare you for when that door opens, to step up, to step in, to show up and show out. I am not trying to entertain you on this live. I am not trying to keep you engaged so you stay with me to the end. I am speaking realities of life. I have watched hundreds of thousands of people being turned down, many of them being turned down by me, working in organizations, assessing their CVs, their bios, their cover letters, their funding applications. I've also been privileged to sit on boards of grant-making organizations, funding organizations. And you look at how people are presenting themselves. You see that they have potential. You see that they could go somewhere. But they have not prepared. They're coming in like they're just gonna put their name in, just put their business in and see what comes out of it. They're not coming in like they mean it. They're not coming in like they own it. They're not coming in like they belong. They're coming like, hey, somebody told me there was this opportunity, so I'm just gonna come in and see how it goes. And of course, on merit, on objective evaluation, you have to turn them down. You want the best for that organization. You want the best for that investor. You're going to turn them down. And it breaks my heart. This is why I went from being a lawyer to going into human capital development to now working with leaders in career and business. I have seen great potential. People with great grades, people with having worked with amazing organizations, people who went to amazing schools. Because some people are like, yeah, I went to this school, like that means people. I've turned down so many PhDs, not because I'm hating, because I don't have one. No, I'm never hating you. Not because I'm hating because I don't have one, but simply because, so what? So what you have a PhD? So what you went to this university? So what? If you cannot show up and show out, if you cannot own, if you cannot show up and show confidence that I know what I have, and I know that you open this door for me, I will do wonders for you. If you cannot show up that way, if you cannot do your research, if you cannot back up with stats, if you cannot show the quantifiable difference you have made and the qualitative difference you have made before what you're making right now and what you see as their challenge that you can bring a solution to, if you cannot articulate that, it's not their job to try to do it for you. It's not their job to call you in and say, okay, so this is missing, so could you let me know? No, they're just going to go with the people who are ready. So just like that quote I saw, my brother put that on Twitter yesterday. It's from John Olanga. He says, opportunities are not lost. They're just taken by somebody else. And that's exactly what would happen if you do not show up and show out on this space and give it all you've got. It's just going to go to somebody else. And you sit and wait. And some of us, we comfort ourselves. What is mine is mine. In God's right timing, it'll come. Not to say that there's anything of God's right timing. I completely believe in God's own time. When his time comes, when things are meant to happen. But I also believe there's a role we must play in preparing ourselves. For those who know, biblical stories, for instance, my only reference point, that when the time came and somebody looks like they blew up, right? Like they're, oh wow, an overnight success. Every single person that looked like an overnight success had a process. Every single person had some work to do. Every single person went from one level to another, increasing, growing, excelling as they went. Nobody just shows up and oh my goodness, they just came out of nowhere. Nobody comes out of nowhere. Nowhere does not have the capacity to handle next level. Preparation has the capacity to handle next level. Falling and getting back up has the capacity to go to the next level. Having the character, having the competence, having the connection with other people to be able to hold, having the capacity of the next level will handle next level. Nobody comes out of nowhere. Don't be fooled. People do the work. Many a times they're behind the scenes. But what I'm saying today is that too many of us are behind the scenes all the time. And we don't show up for a next level. If I don't show up for me, why should anybody else show up for me? If I don't believe in God, what God has put in me, if I don't believe in the work that I've put, if I don't believe in my character and my competence and my connection with others, if I don't believe that I have the knowledge, the skills, the attitude, the experience, the resilience built to be able to handle the next level, why should anybody else stick out their neck for me? It would be crazy for us to expect other people to do that. Family, friends, mentors, sponsors, whoever. It would be crazy to ask somebody else to vouch for us when we won't even vouch for ourselves. And that is what power move number 10 is about. Vouch for yourself. Believe in yourself. Invest in yourself. How you want them to see yourself like that first, and then show up like that. And there are the 10 power moves to position for your next level.